Hey y'all, Mind the Monsters here. I know it's been a while, but we're trying to get back in the swing of things over here. So I want to bring you guys a case tonight. This is going to be more of an awareness video for those of y'all that are OGs to the channel or have been around for long enough. You guys know how I feel about Northern Florida, District 1, and the failure that they bring upon families as far as law enforcement investigations, missing people still missing, the fighting tooth and nail with investigators, police departments, sheriffs, etc., to get any kind of justice done. This is going to be the case of Adam Leisher. So this case was brought to me by ArcticFox, who we love dearly, and I have been in contact with Arctic, and I have been in contact with Adam's mom. Below the video, I will link her TikTok, a Facebook, a GoFundMe, and her YouTube channel, so you're able to go and do your own research. As I said, this will be an awareness video. I just kind of want to touch base with you guys, get some of your opinions, input, and ask that you please share out the video. Hit the thumbs up, share out the video. It helps get other people to see the video. If you're not subscribed to the channel and you do enjoy Mom Mind of Monsters, please subscribe to the channel because we do missing, murdered, unsolved, unjust, just a variety of all things crime, true crime, or voices that are voiceless. Now, in this case, Adam, who you guys see, this handsome gentleman here, his mother is seeking justice for him. Guys, I've got my handy dandy notebook here. So I'm going to go over some of the information. He lost his life. He lost his life in December of 2024. This was in Okaloosa County, which guys know how I feel about Okaloosa, Escambia, the Panhandle alone. He had two roommates at the time. What I've been able to gather from his mother is that Adam was a light, loved life, loved being a part of his own health. He took great care of himself. He respected himself. He worked out. He did all the things. Just a very happy, upbeat person. If you go to her TikTok, you're able to hear recordings of where he does inspirational recordings and just seems very devoted to mental health and physical health, overall health of being a good person. So I really respect that and enjoy that a lot. So from what I've gathered is there's a male roommate and there was a female roommate at the time. Some of this is going to be really disturbing. So guys know, if you're OGs to the channel, I don't hand out trigger warnings. This is a crime channel, so if you can't handle graphic information or anything like that, please, for your own mental health, exit the live and catch me on a different subject matter. So I'm going to start out with Adam Leisher lost his life to a single gunshot wound. You guys are going to understand my frustration once I get into some of these details. The investigator, Staley, told his mother that he had committed self-harm. And the details just don't add up to the case. Where I'm going to start out with is Adam had missed 10 days of work, so his mother is looking for any information from the 13th to the 23rd of December of 2024 of anybody that may be able to bring some insight. I did gather that he didn't want to go to work, which was a job that he really loved and was really excited about going to. He didn't want to go home because of previous issues with his roommates. It's a very uncomfortable situation. As I said, it was a gunshot wound. There was a bullet hole in a mini fridge, And one of the roommates stuck their finger in the bullet hole. Who does that? Like, mind blowing. Like, who does that? Anyway, moving on. When Adam's mother got to the house, and I want you guys to know that it was 3 days before she was allowed to go to the house to collect Adam's belongings. There was no crime scene tape. Oskaloosa County did not put up any crime scene tape. She said that it looked like it was a home where, an incident like this had not taken place. I do want to make sure that you guys understand this investigator had less than 6 months under his belt as an investigator. Another thing that doesn't set well with me in Adam's case is the fact that some of his belongings were missing when she got there. We are talking $500 had been taken out of his bank account after his passing. In the great words of ArcticFox, you guys know what I'm going to say here. The math ain't mathin'. Not only that, his laptop was missing, his tablet was missing, his iPhone was missing, his smartwatch was missing, his clothes were missing, expensive shoes, expensive clothes were missing. So, if you know anything about self-harm, or if someone is going to commit an act of self-harm or a self-inflicted gunshot wound, they generally will organize their things. If someone's going to jump off a bridge, they'll fold their clothes and put everything neatly together and things like that. So I don't think he stole his own belongings and then mysteriously took $500 out of his own bank account after he passed away. Just putting it out there. Guys, come to your own conclusions there. One of the roommates does have a military background. I'm not going to share their names or any other social media, and openly post firearms on his Facebook account. So that's a bit disturbing to me as well. Some strange and interesting facts that I do want to share with you guys. A Escambia County medical examiner, Dr. Deanna Alepsy, there's been investigations, reports, at least 3 funeral homes that have come forward. There are at least 3 sheriffs that have come forward, just disgusted with her behavior, the behavior of her office, the lack of information, the lack of empathy or sympathy. I mean, how this woman has not been charged with desecration of a corpse as a medical examiner, I don't understand. And you guys will shortly know what I'm talking about. So, human remains have been sent to funeral homes with trash rubber gloves in bodies. The wrong cause of death on several cases. A overdose was ruled a suicide. That doesn't make sense to me. So, and I think you guys have to understand, like cases like Aaron Shane Keys. I've had Lisa on the channel before. Lisa is a beautiful person that brought me the Murder Billboard of Tennessee, the 13th district in Tennessee, and her son was murdered. And there's a whole series on my channel about him and what a family goes through with having a death certificate that says suicide when you know damn good and well your loved one did not commit suicide. Medical examiner staff also has many issues and problems: improper documentation, missing personal belongings, no communication with funeral homes. The medical examiner puts holds on the deceased. Puts holds. Not for further investigation. Just for shits and giggles. 3 funeral homes experienced horrific autopsy, mutilation causing embalming to be horrible. So let me go into a little bit of detail on that. So you're talking about autopsies where veins were cut, Bodies were desecrated to the point where when they were embalming them, the fluids wouldn't stay in. The medical examiner's office of District 1 has also decided not to do autopsy reports on any hanging victims. So anyone that died by, hanging, they don't get an autopsy report if they're in District 1. Make it make sense. Okay, so Adam's case. So 12 seconds, guys. 12 seconds. There was a digital wall clock on the wall, from what I've been told by his mother. And in the body cam footage that will not be shared, 12 seconds. It took the, guys know I'm coming up with them, investigator 12 seconds to determine that it was a self-inflicted gunshot wound. No investigation. And then it gets just worse than that, guys. So you have roommates that claim that they smelt decomp for 2 days and didn't call the law. Now you guys comment below, let me know if I'm crazy, but if I smell decomp for 2 days in a row, I'm calling the law. I'm maybe going to go in and check on my roommate to make sure that I'm not living in a house with somebody that something horrible's happened to. I mean, unless you know that that person no longer is alive. But apparently the roommate had mistaken it for the refrigerator or human bile or feces, which if you've ever smelt decomp, it never leaves your nose. You don't forget. Decomp doesn't smell anything like a refrigerator that needs to be cleaned out. The investigator met the mom with paperwork and had a picture of her son. Now, this investigator took this paperwork and kind of just flashed it in her face and wouldn't let her physically take the paperwork. She saw her son's picture, and this is initial. The investigator comes to mom. Do you know this person? Yes, that's my son. Goes to grab for the paperwork. The investigator pulls the paperwork back away from her. Rude, unempathetic, ridiculous. Mom was told on December 26th that when the landlord goes to the property, she could go and retrieve Adam's belongings. Now, his vehicle was still there, but my understanding from Fox is his car keys were also missing. So his vehicle was there, but his car keys, his laptop, his watch, expensive shoes, expensive clothing, and other items, and $500 gone when she goes to pick up his belongings. Now, I also want you guys to keep in mind, and I know those of y'all that are from here in the true crime community, true crime buffs, if you watch body cam footage, if you watch, other channels that share these kinds of cases, or Court TV, or any of those kind of channels, if you guys will go back with me, I think roughly about a year, there were police officers in Oskaloosa that shot a man dead because an acorn fell on the police car. The body cam footage is out there. These are the same officers that took 12 seconds to rule this man a suicide instead of doing any kind of investigation. And just another little tidbit of information. The roommates were given details of his passing before his mother. As always, guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being a part of the family. Thank you for being a part of the channel. Do make sure that you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you ring the bell. I am in contact with Adam's mother, as I said in the beginning of the video, and I'm hoping to be able to get her to come up on a panel with myself and Fox and have her tell Adam's story. Because as much as you guys love me, and I can sit up here and I can give you the details of the case, I can't give you his story like his mother can. So this is for awareness. And if you are in District 1, if you have family that lives in District 1 and you have experienced unprofessional investigation or unprofessional behavior by the medical examiner's office, please email the email Justice for Adam Leisher 360 that will be in the description of the video. His mom wants to hear from you, and your story will be kept confidential unless you provide the information that you would like it to not be confidential and shared with others. As always, guys, remember, if you see something, say something. It takes a village to raise a child. And I will catch you guys on the flip side.